Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Paulina and today I'm going to show you how to prepare a brand new pair of pointe shoes. If you're just starting out or if you're looking for some tips on how to get your shoes ready for class, you're in the right place. I'm gonna need a lighter, thimble, scissors, pliers, 4 elastics, 4 ribbons, a strong thread, thick yarn, a darning thread and of course needles. My pointe shoes from Block are called Bespoke and I have already marked them right and left. I'm using 2 elastics for one shoe and they are always about 18 centimeters long. If you're not sure how long your ribbons should be, just take 2 long ones and adjust the length later when you put your pointe shoes on. I'm using 2 lengths, but I will explain the reason later. One ribbon has 49 centimeters and the longer one 56. I'm starting with burning ribbons to prevent them from fraying and ensure they stay durable while I wear my pointe shoes. Make sure you do it on both sides of the ribbon. Now repeat the same with elastics, also on both sides. I'll start by preparing the left pointe shoe, but before we dive in, I'd like to first show you how I tie my ribbons, as this will help you to understand why I attach a shorter ribbon on the inside. From my experience, when you buy a standard package with 4 ribbons, I used to cut them all evenly, but ended up with 2 ribbons that were too short. That's why now I cut them to the length that works best for me. As you can notice, I tie a knot on the outside, just like for example Jana Salenko does. In my opinion, this method looks much cleaner and is less noticeable since the knot sits at the back of my leg. Alright, let's get started. You will need a small needle with a strong thread. While some dancers use dental floss, I prefer to avoid it because of the waxy coating that makes it a bit harder to sew. I'll start with the shorter ribbon, placing it on the right side of the left shoe. My pointe shoes have a specially designed spot for placing the ribbons, and it's important for me to position them precisely there. This helps the shoe align with my arch, ensuring a perfect fit and allowing me to work through the midpoint. For better alignment of the ribbon, I place it at a slight angle towards the tip of the shoe. I begin by sewing through the seam. Make sure not to catch the elastic drawstring that runs around the shoe. Try to follow the line of the seam. It's easier if you push the needle through the existing holes in the seam. Remember to keep the ribbon tight against the shoe for a more secure attachment. Now I'm going to change the way I sew the ribbon. Instead of going all the way through to the outer side of the shoe, I will only sew through the inner layer of the fabric under the ribbon. The reason for this is purely aesthetic. I will still be sewing the elastic ribbons in the same spot, and this will prevent too many visible seams on the shoe. As you can see, my thread got stuck under the shoe, and I have a bit of trouble getting it back. Try to avoid it to keep the process smooth. But at least now I can be sure that the thread is strong enough. Continue sewing in this way until you've finished attaching this ribbon. For the finishing stitch, you'll want to insert the needle halfway through, then wrap the thread around twice. After that, pull the needle tight and move it to the right and left to secure the stitch. Remember to keep your stitches tight, so they stay in place throughout your dance. Once you've pulled the stitch tight, you can simply cut the thread and it will hold. Now I'll show you how to tie a knot in the thread. Wrap it around 2 fingers and pass the thread in the middle, then pull tight. Repeat this in the same spot again to secure a knot. Now, as I move on to the second ribbon, just a quick reminder. Make sure to place the ribbon slightly tilted towards the tip of the shoe for the best fit and appearance. Next, I'm going to sew the first elastic, placing it exactly over the ribbon I sewed earlier. And again, make sure to position it at a slight angle. Here, you can simply continue with the same pattern until you reach the end. If a small knot forms on your thread, like it did on mine, all you need to do is pull the thread to undo it. The best way to finish sewing here is simply to cut the thread and tie a double knot to secure it. I will repeat the same process with the second elastic. Now it's time to check the length of our elastics. I do it by putting on my pointe shoes and attaching the elastic with the needle. This way I can immediately feel if they are too tight. I still want to make sure my blood can flow to my feet. If it's too difficult, you can simply mark the length with the needle and attach it later. Just try to remember where the elastic should be, or you can mark the spot as well. I'm taking them off to attach the elastic more securely, to make sure nothing shifts while I sew them. Now we can start sewing. I'm beginning from the inside. You can remove the needle once the elastic is secured in place. To finish sewing the first elastic, I'm going to make a small knot inside the shoe, then start on the second one. You can put your pointe shoes on again to make sure nothing is too tight or too loose. And once you're sure, we can move on to the next step, which is darning the box. I'll start by cutting 2 pieces of thick yarn. I'm measuring them around the tip of the box. Darning the box is a key step to prevent your shoes from softening too quickly. I used to darn the box all the way around, but now I leave a small gap under the tip of the pointe shoe. I use now another technique because I don't like stepping on the darned area. It shifts under my foot and feels uncomfortable. You will need some darning thread. It can be white, pink, or any color that matches the satin on your pointe shoes. I start by inserting the needle slightly to the side of the shoe, so I don't step on the knot and risk breaking it. Position the needle at the diagonal and push it through. Then, take your thick yarn, place it under the thread and begin darning just below it. Angle the needle diagonally to move a bit to the right, and then just continue in this pattern. I'm trying to position my yarn level with the tip of the box to create a larger, flatter surface to stand on. You can always use a thimble to help you push the needle through. Now, this is exactly the gap I need. Finally, I guide the needle to the side, so that the thread ends up in a spot where I won't step on it. And then I tie a knot there. I repeat everything a second time, starting the first stitch like before, and then inserting the needle exactly between the previous stitches. We are done with sewing. Now it's time to put our point shoes on and adjust the elastic drawstring. Make it tight enough, but not too tight. And there you have it, a properly prepared pair of pointe shoes. Now you're all set to dance with the right support and comfort. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know in comments if you have any questions or if there is any other ballet related topic you would like me to cover. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching and happy dancing!